Hello students, welcome to this 10th lecture of the mechanical properties of the fluid. Now we will be proceeding the next part of the chapter. So now we will learn about the surface tension and the surface energy. So first of all we will learn the surface tension. So as seen the previously, so we have discussed already that the free surface of a liquid in a container acts as a stretched membrane and all molecules of the surface film experience a stretching force. Imagine a line PQ of length L drawn tangentially to the free surface of the liquid as shown in the figure. So force of surface tension you can see here. Now all the molecules on this line experience equal and opposite forces tangentially to the surface as if they are tearing the surface apart due to the cohesive force of molecule lying on the either side. So this is the conclusion that we have obtained from the diagram. Now this force per unit length is the surface tension, means the surface of that liquid will behave like a stretched membrane, and this force of that stretching membrane per unit length is nothing but the surface tension. Now the surface tension T is defined as the tangential force acting per unit length on both the sides of the imaginary line drawn on the free surface of the liquid. So this is nothing but the surface tension. Now the surface tension will be given mathematically with the formula as the T is equal to F by L, means surface tension is equal to that force which will be acts like a stretched membrane per unit length. So this is the formula for the surface tension. So the SI unit of the surface tension is Newton per meter and it's a dimension R, L raised to 0, M raised to 1 and the T raised to -2. Now we have understand the what mean by the surface tension. Now we will see the different values of surface tension for the different substances or for the different types of fluids. So the first one is the water. So the surface tension for the water in Newton per meter it is 0.0727 and in dyne you can say that 72.7 dyne per centimeter. Now for the mercury, the surface tension in Newton per meter is 0.4355 and in dyne per centimeter it is 435.5. Now for the soap solution, the surface tension in Newton per meter is 0.025 while in dyne per centimeter it is 25 dyne per centimeter. So now for the glycerin, the surface tension in Newton per meter it is the 0.0632 while in dyne per centimeter it is 63.2. Now we will discuss about the surface energy. Now we have seen that a molecule inside the volume of a liquid, means a like molecules experience the force of cohesive force than the molecule like a B and C in the surface film of the liquid in that figure. Now thus we can say that the work has to be done to bring any molecule from the inside the liquid into the surface film. Now clearly the surface molecule possess extra potential energy as compared to the molecule inside the liquid. So students, this surface energy say that if there is force of attraction or the between the similar molecule it is the cohesive, but suppose any other molecule we have to bring about which is not alike, then we have to do the work in this case. So surface molecules possess extra potential energy as compared to the molecules inside the liquid. Now students, we will see the relationship between the surface energy and the surface tension. Now for that purpose we will consider one diagram as which is popping on your screen. Now you can consider a rectangular frame of wires P dash, P, S and S dash as you can see in the diagram. Now it is fitted with the movable arm QR. Now this frame is dipped in a soap solution and then taken out. A film of soap solution will be formed within the boundaries PQRS of the frame. So students, each arm of the frame experiences an inward force due to the film. Now under this reaction of this force, the movable arm QR moves toward the side PS so as to decrease the area of the film. Now if the length QR, as you can see in the diagram, is L, so the length QR is L, then this inward force F will be acting, which will be given by F is equal to T into 2L, means double will be length into that T. Now as we know that the film has two surfaces, the upper surface and the lower surface, the total length over which the surface tension, thus we can say that the applied isothermally, that the force to the arm QR, so that it pulls the arm away and tries to increase the surface area of the film. The arm QR moves to Q dash R dash through a distance dx. Now therefore the work done against the F, the force due to the surface tension, will be given by the dW, will be the small amount of work done, which will be given by the product of that F dash into dx. Now we will put the equation in the above equation, then we will get that the dW is equal to, we will put the value of F dash, then we will get the T into bracket 2 into L into dx. So but 2 into L into dx is nothing but the dA, so increase in area of the two surfaces of the film, therefore dW will be T into dA. Hence this work done is stretching the film is stored in the area dA of the film as its initial energy. This energy is called as the surface energy. So the surface energy will be given by the T into dA. Now as we have put the value of 2L dx as the dA, hence therefore the surface tension is also equal to the surface energy per unit area. We can conclude from this formula. Now the next part we will see the angle of contact. In that two cases we have to study. The first one is the concave meniscus and the second one will be the convex meniscus. Now when a liquid surface comes in contact with the solid surface, it forms a meniscus which can be either convex or the concave. Now we are going to study that one. So the angle of theta between the liquid and the solid surface is defined as the angle of the tangent drawn to the free surface of the liquid and the surface of the solid at the point of contact measured within the liquid. So this is the angle of contact. So there will be two cases will be formed. The first one will be the concave case, means the concave meniscus due to the liquid which partially wet a solid surface, and the second one will be the convex meniscus. So first of all we will be studying the concave meniscus. So the diagram is popping on your screen. Now when the angle of contact is acute, the liquid forms the concave meniscus. So you can see in the diagram, at that point of contact, when the angle of contact is obtuse, then it forms the convex meniscus. For example, water glass interface forms a meniscus and the mercury glass interface forms a convex meniscus. So this was all about the first case, that is the concave meniscus. So students, the diagram for that convex meniscus due to the liquid which do not wet solid surface is, you can see on your screen. Now this will be the case of obtuse angle which has been formed by that fluid with the solid. Now in this case you can take the example of water glass interface forms the concave meniscus and the mercury glass interface forms the convex meniscus. So both the type of example we can see in the one example. Now the diagram for the concave meniscus, that is the acute angle of contact. You can see how the solid and liquids are get in contact and how the angle is formed, and the force of resolution and the resultant you can see there. So we are going to take a short eye over that to understand. Now this figure will shows that the acute angle of the contact between the surface and, so the for example we can take the kerosene in the glass of bottle. So the kerosene will be making a contact with the walls of that bottle. So consider a molecule such as A on the surface of the liquid near the wall of the container. The molecule experiences both cohesive as well as adhesive forces. In this case, since the wall is vertical, the net adhesive force will be AP, as you can see in the diagram. Now, which will be acting on the molecule A is a horizontal. So the net cohesive force, that is AC bar, acting on a molecule is directed at 45 degree to either of surface. Magnitude of adhesive force is so large that the net force AR bar means, which will be the resultant one, is directed inside the solid. As you can see, the directed inside the surface of that bottle to which the kerosene has been sticked. Now students, we will see the second case for which the convex meniscus, which will be the obtuse angle of the contact. Now in the figure you can see that the glass bottle and the mercury of glass, we are going to take the example as. Now consider a molecule such as A on the surface of liquid near the wall of the container. Now the molecule experiences both the cohesive as well as adhesive forces. Now in this case also, the net cohesive force will be the AP bar, as you can see in the diagram. Now which will be acting on the molecule A horizontal since the wall is vertical. Now the magnitude of the cohesive force is so large that the net force AR bar is directed inside the liquid. So that students, we can say that hence for equilibrium or the stability of the liquid surface, the net force AR bar acting on all molecules similar to the molecule A must be normal to the liquid surface at all points. So thus the liquid near the wall should therefore the creep inside against the solid boundary. Now this makes the meniscus convex so that the tangent AT is normal to the AR. As you can see students, the tangent AT is normal to the AR. Now obviously such a liquid does not wet that solid surface. So this is the fact that we can learn from this second case, which will be the obtuse angle of the contact. Now the next case we will be learning is about the zero angle of contact. Now in this figure you can see that the angle of contact between the liquid and which is completely wets a solid. Now that liquid is nothing but highly pure water and the solid is the clean glass. Now the angle of contact in this case is almost zero, as you can see students. Hence the theta will be the zero. In this case, the liquid molecules near the contact region are so less. So as you can see, the liquid molecules which are in contact with the glass solid surface will be very less, so are so less in number that the cohesive force is the negligible. So the AC bar will be 0 and the net adhesive force itself is a resultant force, that is AP bar will be AR bar. Therefore the tangent AT is along the wall within the liquid and the angle of contact will be 0. Now we will be seeing the last case, that is the acute angle equal to 0, that the angle of contact will be 90 degree and the condition for the convexity and the concavity will be as you can see the diagram for it. Now the acute angle equal to 0. Now the angle between the solid and the liquid surface, you can see the sphere of influence around the molecule A, you can see there. Now consider a hypothetical liquid having the angle of contact 90 degree with the given solid container as shown in the figure. So in this case the net cohesive force AC bar, as you can see student, is exactly 45 degree. Now with the either of the surface and the resultant force AR bar is exactly vertical. Now for this to occur, the AP bar will be equal to AC upon root 2, where the AR is the magnitude of the net force. Now from this we can write the condition for the acute and obtuse angle of contact. For the obtuse angle, the contact will be AP bar, which will be greater than the AC upon root 2, and for the obtuse angle of contact, AP bar which will be less than the AC upon root 2. So these two conditions we can write here. So this is the condition that we have seen here, studied here, for the acute angle equal to 90 degree or the angle of contact 90 degree and the condition for the convexity and the concavity. So far students, we have studied the 4 conditions for the angle of contact between the liquid surface and the solid. So this is what we have studied. Now the next part of the chapter we will see in the next video. Thank you so much, students.